Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry again about those technical difficulties, but I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you your forecast for today into this weekend. So if you have not yet, please check out our awesome sponsors, Art of the Supplement, C3 Group, and Merlin Law Group. Big shout out to them for all that they do in making this possible. And with that, we'll just jump right ahead into our weather headlines. So for today, where is the biggest hail going to be? It's looking like it's going to stick to the northern plains. I know, guys, I'm wanting them to move southward. I want some severe chances. I want to see them along the Front Range, but they are sticking into the northern plains today, and it actually should be a pretty exciting day for hail as well as wind. We're going to see that hail chance transition into a wind chance in the overnight hours. So we'll talk a little bit about our forecast for that into tonight, and then as well as our weekend forecast for Saturday and Sunday. So we'll go through that in a moment. Let's get started with today's forecast. So here's our hail forecast map. We actually have a pretty good chance of some decent sized hail through the western and central North Dakota region, as well as all the way east into western Minnesota. We're going to see chances of at least ping pong to golf ball size through this area, and then through the central North Dakota area, we could see some hail even larger than 2 inches as these storms stay isolated. And then they're expected to band up and produce more of a gusty wind threat again as they move eastward. So as that happens, our hail chances are going to diminish. However, Minneapolis, Duluth, you guys are still in the risk, a low end chance of $quarter to $half sized hail along with that. And then again, our best chances for some larger hail are going to be through central North Dakota. And then once again, as things move east, it is expected to transition into a wind threat. We will see some isolated gusty winds through the central part of Montana this afternoon into this evening. And then this evening into the overnight hours is where the real fun begins, and we're going to see a moderate chance of gusty winds and some severe damaging winds all the way from Minot to Marquette, Michigan. We could see some gusty and severe winds along with those. Through Aberdeen and Fargo is where we're going to see our best chances for severe and damaging winds as these storms again band up and push eastward, bringing us some fun weather. So let's take a look at that here on radar. We've got our storms initiating through the western part of North Dakota, and again, as they track eastward, they're going to band up and bring us some isolated severe hail as well as some severe and damaging winds as they move across western and eastern North Dakota as well as northern Minnesota. So again, while these storms are isolated is where we're going to see our best chance of larger hail. So the longer they can stay isolated, the greater our chance of large hail through central North Dakota is going to be. We've got a good amount of instability today, so we could see, again, some hail upward of 2 inches in this area. And then once they band up, that's going to kind of be where our large hail chances diminish and it turns into an overnight wind threat. So again, that's expected from about 5 to 6 tonight into the overnight hours as it tracks east across the northern plains. So it's actually going to be a pretty exciting day. We've already seen an exciting morning with a couple storms producing 2+ inch hail, and we will continue to see that threat throughout today. And then into tomorrow, we're kind of looking at a similar threat. It's just pushed a little bit further east and the risk is diminished a little bit. We will still see some chances of hail in the ping pong to golf ball size range through eastern South Dakota now, all the way through Minnesota and Wisconsin. We could see some hail, again, in the ping pong to golf ball size range as these storms initiate and push through this region. So Sioux Falls, Minneapolis, Duluth, you are once again in the risk for some larger hail. But we also have Aberdeen, Omaha, Grand Rapids. You guys are also looking at a hail risk into tomorrow for $quarter to $half sized hail, maybe even a little bit larger here and there with some locally stronger storms. And our best chance for larger hail again is going to be through eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, as well as northwestern Wisconsin. So let's take a peek at that on our forecast radar. We will take a look at that in a minute. We're also going to see a wind threat as that moves eastward. So it's going to be, again, a similar setup as tonight. We're going to see those hail chances initially as we have our isolated storms, and then as those storms band up and push eastward, we'll see things turn into a damaging wind threat with some locally isolated hail with a few of those storms as they move across. So with this cluster of storms through Sioux Falls and Minneapolis, that's where we're going to see our best chances of damaging winds. And then all the way from Aberdeen into Grand Rapids, once again, is where we could see locally gustier winds, some stronger winds, but our best chance for strongest winds and wind damage is going to be through Sioux Falls and Minneapolis. So now let's take a look at that on radar. You can see these storms once again kind of initiating late afternoon to early evening hours and banding up pretty quickly into tomorrow, which is part of the reason why our hail threat is a little bit lower on size. We're going to see these storms band up pretty quickly into tomorrow and push east, producing a initial hail threat and then turning into a wind threat as they track eastward. So you can kind of see a better view of that as those storms band up on this angle. We're going to see our storms initially forming isolated storms by around 4 to 6 p.m. and then they're going to band up and move across Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin as those storms push southeastward into tomorrow. So again, damaging wind and hail threat today as well as tomorrow. And then into Sunday, things are looking pretty broad. We could see a low-end hail chance all the way from Michigan into Nebraska. A couple of these areas could be updated to be a little stronger through the Central Plains as well as Michigan. But we are looking anywhere in this region at a hail threat of $quarter to $half size into Sunday. We'll keep you updated on that. But here is our future radar through Michigan, Wisconsin. Again, you can see these storms forming throughout the morning and afternoon hours, and then a few isolated storms reforming into the evening hours as we get more daytime heating and instability with it. So again, we could see some upgrades on hail size as well as wind chances for Sunday throughout this weekend, but we will keep you updated on that. If you would like to continue staying in touch with our live videos, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you never want to miss a live video, hit see first on Facebook and you'll always see it when it comes up and you'll never miss a video into this weekend. Also stay tuned with our Facebook page. We'll be posting our forecast updates. And then also feel free to contact us. Our phone number is 855-334-4245. If you're not a big phone call person, go ahead and email us. It's info@hailtrace.com. Or check out our awesome website, hailtrace.com. You can see some bios about our employees, as well as a little bit about the company and what we do. So we love hearing from you. Please get in contact with us. And for now, I'm meteorologist Andrew Myers. Thanks for watching.